Understanding how the devil tries to manipulate you is a crucial aspect of spiritual growth and development. The devil, also known as Satan, is often seen as a symbol of evil and temptation in many religions, and his primary goal is to lead people away from God and towards a path of destruction. To combat this, it is essential to recognize the tactics and strategies that the devil uses to manipulate individuals and to develop a strong defense against his attacks. One of the primary ways that the devil manipulates people is through deception. He often presents himself as a friend or a benevolent being, offering false promises and half-truths to gain people's trust. The devil is a master of disguise, and he can take on many different forms, from a subtle whisper in the ear to a loud, boastful voice. He knows exactly which buttons to press to get a reaction out of people, and he uses this knowledge to his advantage. The devil's manipulation can take many different forms, from tempting people to engage in sinful behavior to filling their minds with doubts and fears. He can make people feel like they are not good enough, or that they will never be able to achieve their goals. He can also make people feel like they are alone, and that no one understands what they are going through. These feelings of inadequacy and isolation can be overwhelming, and they can lead people to make poor choices and to turn away from God. Another way that the devil manipulates people is through the media and popular culture. The devil has a significant influence over the world's systems and institutions, and he uses this influence to promote his own agenda. He can use music, movies, and television to promote sinful behavior and to glorify evil. He can also use social media to spread lies and half-truths, and to manipulate people's perceptions of reality. To understand how the devil tries to manipulate you, it is essential to develop a strong spiritual foundation. This involves building a personal relationship with God and seeking his guidance and wisdom in all areas of life. It also involves being aware of the devil's tactics and strategies, and being prepared to defend against his attacks. This can involve seeking out spiritual guidance and support, such as through prayer, Bible study, and fellowship with other believers. It is also important to recognize the role that emotions play in the devil's manipulation. The devil often uses people's emotions against them, preying on their fears, doubts, and insecurities. He can make people feel anxious, depressed, or angry, and these emotions can be overwhelming. However, by recognizing the source of these emotions and by seeking God's guidance and support, people can overcome them and resist the devil's manipulation. Furthermore, understanding how the devil tries to manipulate you requires a deep understanding of the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm is a real and active realm, and it is inhabited by both good and evil spirits. The devil and his demons are real entities that seek to harm and destroy people, and they can only be defeated through spiritual means. This involves using spiritual weapons such as prayer, fasting, and the words of God to resist the devil's attacks and to overcome his manipulation. In conclusion, understanding how the devil tries to manipulate you is a crucial aspect of spiritual growth and development. The devil is a cunning and deceitful foe, and he will stop at nothing to lead people away from God and towards a path of destruction. By developing a strong spiritual foundation, being aware of the devil's tactics and strategies, and recognizing the role that emotions play in his manipulation, people can resist the devil's attacks and overcome his manipulation. It is essential to seek out spiritual guidance and support, and to use spiritual weapons to defeat the devil and his demons. By doing so, people can live a life that is free from the devil's manipulation, and that is filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment.